Hey, what's going on everybody? This is G and I'm Phunken hungry. In this video we're going to try Cadbury Special Edition Dairy Milk recipe created with Curtis Stones. So this is the raspberry and hazelnut tart. Dairy milk chocolate with raspberry flavoured sauce, choc cream and hazelnut pieces. So Cadbury have done ones like this before. They've done so many chocolate blocks these days that it's hard to keep up. But this one is meant to be a recipe created with Curtis Stones. Ooh, so I don't know that much about the bloke. I do know that he's a famous chef. I know enough about him, but you know, I'm not one of those fanatic fans that are running. But I'm happy to give this one a try. Anyway, I'll leave the nutrition information on screen for you if you want to take a look, and I'll leave the ingredients on screen if you want to pause and go through that. Like always, we'll go through the basic ingredients. Dairy milk chocolate with chocolate flavoured cream, raspberry flavoured sauce and hazelnut pieces. Product contains milk chocolate 61%, chocolate flavoured cream 17%, raspberry flavoured sauce 13% and hazelnut pieces 8%. Now this contains milk, hazelnut, soy, may contain wheat, gluten, peanuts, other tree nuts. Milk chocolate contains cocoa solids 27%, milk solids minimum 24%. But let's bust this open and give it a look and a taste. Give it a Phunken hungry sniff. Yeah, this does smell really good actually. I smell the dairy milk. I could definitely smell raspberry sauce. And not necessarily the hazelnut. But you can't really see anything on this. It just looks like a regular chocolate block. It doesn't have, you know, any indentations besides here. What's this? That's where Woody Woodpecker had a try.
Guess who?
Alright, let's bust the piece off and give it a taste. Oh, almost. Yeah, I don't really see the hazelnut inside, but I definitely see this raspberry sauce coming out. Let's give this a try. Curtis Stones raspberry and hazelnut tart. Cheers. So I'll say that the raspberry sauce is absolutely funkin' delicious. I don't think these flavors really go together though. You know, the raspberry sauce obviously would go with the dairy milk chocolate, but I just feel like the hazelnut just shouldn't be there. Probably gonna have to have a couple of pieces just to, you know, see if I change my mind. But so far, out of a lot of the Cadbury's blocks that have came out recently, this just isn't really doing it for me. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Maybe I'm just, you know, a little bit bitter that someone's got a name on it. It should have G from Phunken Hungry, not Curtis Stones. Who's Curtis Stones? Who is he? Just a, what, famous chef? Obviously doesn't know how to pair ingredients together. Alright, we'll give it another try and I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and see if it changes my mind. Okay, so it is starting to grow on me a little bit more. Just like certain stuff that you need to go see a doctor about. I'll keep it fairly PG. So you can see the hazelnut pieces here actually, little tiny pieces. The vibe I'm getting, it just feels like it's missing something really. Or maybe it just needs the raspberry sauce. It doesn't really need the hazelnut. It's like probably old mate Curtis. He probably had all these ingredients to throw together and obviously had to go with the dairy milk. Keep it simple. The raspberry sauce is a nice combination. It has that tart, sort of slightly sour sort of flavour, and obviously it's a nice pair to chocolate. It has the sweetness as well in the raspberry. Then he added the choc cream, which is obviously, you know, just a little bit of a different texture than the hard chocolate. It's a little bit softer. And then he just threw in some hazelnut pieces. It just feels to me like the hazelnut was like an afterthought, like, oh, to keep it a little bit chefy, let's sprinkle on a little bit of hazelnut pieces. Anyway, I'll try a couple more pieces, then we'll give it a rating and a score. See, that's my biggest problem. That piece was quite heavy with hazelnut in flavour, and it kind of had that raspberry sauce as a sort of background flavour where sometimes the raspberry sauce seems to be the front flavour, and you seem to get that and it sort of ends on the hazelnut. It just seems a little bit inconsistent to me. And when the hazelnut is the strong flavour, it just, I don't know, doesn't seem to work quite as well. I feel like I'm more leaning towards enjoying the raspberry sauce than the sort of the hazelnut heavy flavour. It doesn't seem to work that well together. You know, it's nice, but it's kind of like someone just threw together these flavours, which he probably did, old Curtis, sorry mate. But it just feels like this flavour wasn't really well thought out. It was just, you know, it's probably trying to be a little bit chefy, like, oh, I love, you know, I feel like raspberry would go well with this, which it does. But as I said, it just feels like he's a little bit of a lovely, nice little bit of crunch. Let's just add a hazelnut. Maybe little biscuit pieces might have suited this more. You know, so you got the crunch and the texture, but the flavour's a little bit more subtle. The hazelnut just, I don't know. To me, it doesn't go that well together. So my rating for Cadbury Dairy Milk Curtis Stone's Raspberry and Hazelnut Tart, I'm going to have to give that a 4 out of 10. To me, it's below average. Just these days when you go to the shops, it just seems like they've just got this huge row of just Cadbury's blocks these days. There's so many different ones to choose from. They're always bringing out new flavours. And to me, that's why this has got a lower score. You know, I'm trying to compare this with some of the other blocks I've had recently. And a lot of Cadbury's blocks, I do give them quite a high score. Normally 7, 8, 9s. Where this one, it's not really doing it for me. Just the flavours don't really go well together. And this day and age, how much these products cost, I just feel like, you know, they should have tweaked the flavour. They should have worked on it a little bit more. And the price of a dairy milk block these days is about $5.50 for a block. The way I know a Cadbury product is really good is when I'm like eating it and I just can't put it down. This one, a couple of pieces and I'm definitely done, you know. But my score for the price, $5.50, I'll give them a 5.5. It's an average price, or it gets an average score. Sorry Curtis, I know you're a regular viewer of Phunken Hungry in this channel, but sorry mate, this is a bit of an average one. But if you've tried Cadbury Dairy Milk Curtis Stone's Raspberry and Hazelnut Tart, let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with what I've said. Do you really like this? Do you think this is a bit of an average mismatch of flavours? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This was G from Phunken Hungry, and I'll catch you next time. And I've got a hazelnut popping around in my mouth. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This was G from Phunken Hungry, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.